Welcome everybody to episode 116 of the effing title. I am Big Husky,
I'm DeNutte.
and we're back for another
Alright.
week of shit show stuff, and it's Easter.
Wait, it's Easter?
It's Easter.
Okay.
I I I, I have mini eggs. I saved them. I saved them for
Um,
stream.
I went to a friend's house and ate a bunch of food, and then I came home and ate a piece of prime rib. Like a real piece of shit.
I love it. I had 4 slices of Cumby's bacon, sausage, and pepperoni pizza.
Ooh, that's a
And I
lot
mean,
of
like,
pork.
so I had that within like 10 minutes. Like
Oh,
all four. Like, no, like this is
you just had that.
no, this is at lunch, and I'm still
Oh,
like,
okay.
my body's just my body's like, what the fuck did you do to us?
So much gluten in that.
Yeah, no, I wanted to get the Cadbury eggs because I like getting them. Yeah, how are you doing?
Shout out to sign language. I'm doing well. I had a I'm doing well. I had a long week. Like I thought it was Friday on Wednesday this week, so I was like, ugh.
This week was a long one for me too, just because of work. I actually had to go to work this week.
Okay, there it is. Did you work every day?
Not every day, but like I worked all day. I worked Monday morning and then all day Wednesday and Thursday.
Woo!
I streamed 3 times this week. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. This is my 4th stream of the week.
Actually, I hopped on earlier to see if you were on. You weren't on.
Nope, I watched some football and then I went to bed.
I watched the Bruins, the Celtics game at my buddy's house. That was the first basketball game I watched this year.
Oh yeah?
Playoffs, baby.
Playoffs.
You talking about playoffs? Yeah, and there's a it snowed here today. It snowed there today. I have to look outside. It didn't snow a lot, but
Don't look at
like
Don't look at
I rode my motorcycle to my buddy's house, and then it started snowing, and I was like, I gotta bring it home. It was a weird day today. It was crappy.
Today's just been a weird day in general for me.
Yeah,
I wonder if it's just been a weird day in general for like everyone.
Cumpy's Pizza. Cumpy's Pizza will do that too.
Bro, it fucked me up.
Fuck me up, dude.
Also,
I
also in 2 days, I've played like 10 games of Madden as well.
Is that a
Like,
lot?
yes, each game of
Okay.
Madden is like 40 minutes,
Oh,
like
okay,
40,
that's a
50
lot.
minutes. Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
okay, all right.
it's Madden, so it's. But I'm doing it for
I haven't played,
YouTube, so it's like,
I don't think I've played a Madden since Madden '06 because I bought my Xbox
oh,
and it was $6. So I went, all right, whatever,
fuck it, yeah.
fuck it. Um, Madden '06, the best Madden in my opinion.
Anything but the last like 4 have been the best.
Really? Was there Madden 25? Was that which one was that? Was that the 25th anniversary? And they just instead of using the year, they just put 25.
Yeah,
But then what are they going to do when they hit 25?
we don't know,
Okay,
and they're not gonna have the game. The game won't exist anymore, hopefully.
fair enough.
Nah, it's just I commented on one of the recordings that I did, and I was saying it's just like Madden. EA doesn't give a fuck about Madden like the game anymore. They just care about the money of it, and
Yeah.
that's why like Mutt has taken over fully. Which I understand they need to make money. They need to bring in the revenue. I understand that. Mutt is a good way to do that. But the fact that they put all of their effort into Mutt and then this thing called The Yard, which is like backyard football on the
Okay.
game. Giannis what basketball
Giannis.
fucking yeah, Giannis. He's in it.
Yeah.
He's in Madden.
Okay. Well, he is a freak, so
But still, like why is there a basketball player in Madden? Like
uh, I don't know. He's 7 feet tall and he's a freak athlete.
I
So
know, but OBJ isn't in fucking soccer. Chad Ochocinco isn't in basketball. You know what I mean? Like it's just
like the Greeks love football.
yeah. I don't. I wish they put more focus into the one mode that I play. That's my biggest thing.
Okay. Does Giannis have good stats?
I don't play the yard of shit.
Oh, all right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, I only game I played this weekend was Shredders, and I played it yesterday. I played it today.
Love that.
Yeah.
I
I don't
played.
know why. I'm not getting any better at it. I just it's like
it's just got to be one of those like chill, turn brain off sort of games, right?
yeah,
Like
I'm getting my reps in.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting reps in, I haven't played Lost Ark in like a week.
You've lost the arc.
It's I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
It's just like I just kind of haven't had the time to just kind of be able to just mindlessly drone on it, but then two, like it's just I'm at a point now where it's like kind of like end game stuff, and I really don't want to do end game stuff. I just want to fuck around.
It's kind of how I am with Tiny Tina's right now. I need to just do all the end game stuff, and there's a couple things I have to do. But so, all right, my buddy told me about this. Tiny Tina implemented a new Borderlands thing where you can upload your character, and then you can download that character onto yours. So you literally have the same exact build and all the guns you have. And the big thing about that gun is grinding until you have the guns you want. And now you don't have to. So like a buddy of mine's doing that, and I'm like, oh, it just feels empty.
That is wait. So wait, hold on a sec. Wait.
Yeah.
Because of course I'm not a Borderlands guy. So you're saying that you can take a character from Borderlands and put them in Tiny Tina's, or the other way around?
So you can take Tiny Tina. So you could take so like say there's like a streamer who's been like get like god rolls on everything.
Yeah, let's just say Shroud just for the hell of it.
Say Shroud. So Shroud had a stacked character.
Yeah.
His build was like you can just solo a boss in like 10 seconds.
Okay.
He can upload that build and you can just download it and use it. Yeah.
That seems
so like there's a whole thing with endgame. The highest level of the dungeons is like level 20, and then there's a level of weapons and gear called volatile gear, and you can only get it in level 20 dungeons, and it's like a 1% drop. So you can download someone's character and just have full volatile gear. So I think it's kind of cool that happens. It's like action replay, but action.
That's
replay,
cool, but it seems like
replay.
it's fucking cheating.
Yeah, it feels empty, you know.
Yeah, just like I said, it feels like you're almost like cheating to an extent.
Yeah, no.
Elden Ring is goated. Elden Ring is still.
Yeah, he just texted me. He's like, "You guys are shitting on Elden Ring." I was like, "I'm not shitting on it. It's good."
I can't get into those games. Personally, is Elden Ring's one of those weird ones where it's like I respect it. I think it's a good game. I can't play it and I can't watch it. It's unwatchable to me.
I think you would enjoy Fallen Order, which is like Dark Souls light.
Fallen Order?
Light. Yeah, Jedi the Fallen Order.
Oh yeah. I've thought about playing that a couple times. It's still on Game Pass, ain't it?
I don't know if it is or not. They've given it out for free on on Prime and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good game. And they are doing a second one, so
interesting.
Yeah. That was like the first real Star Wars game they had put out in
ages,
since
right?
since
Battlefront 2?
No, well I don't count that. Like that's like a good game, but the like a first like an adventure game.
So like Shadows? Oh no, Shadows of the Republic. But
they did these. God, they did this one where you were Darth Vader's apprentice, and I can't remember those. And there's two of those games.
Oh fucking oh man, I know exactly what you're talking about too because I remember seeing someone play it.
Oh, can't remember anything. I can't. That's me. God, I have it too because there was I bought it on a humble bundle. It was a Star Wars one.
John's always telling me to get Humble Bundle stuff.
Yeah, they had a good one for Ukraine relief, and it was like 40 games. Actually, it was more than that.
What? Also, you ready for this one? At some point here, I'm going to be getting a bundle for the game The First Tree. Right?
Okay.
It's a game I played. It's a game I played on
stream.
You told me about it. Yeah. Got to the end, game breaking bug, and I just went on Twitter and I'm like, I wonder if this dude has a Twitter account. Had a Twitter account, sent him a message like, hey, my game broke. He's like, do this. I was like, did it, didn't do anything. He goes, okay, do you want send me your email, I'll send you your money back, like that sort of thing. I'm like, no, I want, is there any way you can send me the end footage? I was like, this is where I'm at. I just need the end footage just so I can show, like, I can react to it on stream so my viewership can, like, see the end of the game. Like, we got to this point. We love it. We need the, we need the final little, the final little touch off there.
Yeah.
So he posted up something recently, and it's like they're doing this bundle for the Switch, and it's like a collector's edition.
Yeah.
So I bought the collector's edition for the Switch.
I think I was talking to you when you bought it too, which is the funny thing.
So I bought that.
You don't have a Switch.
I don't own a Switch. I'm just buying it, but like apparently it shipped recently. So
my Switch is under my desk right now.
Yeah, apparently it's
where's my Switch?
Yeah, it's on its way. And also I got beef jerky downstairs. I forgot to pick it up this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wicked cuts. Beef jerky.
Wicked guy. Yeah. I bought some beef jerky last night, and I was like, and I'm looking at it this morning, and I'm like, do I eat it? I can pull it.
Yeah, let's see this.
Well, it's not even like beef jerky. It's like salamis. They're like.
Oh, okay. What company is that? Because that looks familiar.
Bavarian Meats.
Oh, Little Land Jaggers.
It's got a little lion on it.
I just love the name of it, bro. Little Land Jagger.
Meats. We got the meats. So that's probably going to be my lunch tomorrow.
I mean, that's fair.
I always like it. It just always feels weird eating meat that's been sitting out. We tricked ourselves into thinking that beef jerky's fine, which it is. But you know what I mean? Like this is. Lil Land Jaeger.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, a minute ago. Yeah. Such a great name. Oh my god.
So.
Yeah, no, I got a big package down there of it. It's got like meat stick, bacon jerky, gift box. Like it's like $40 worth of beef jerky, bro.
The one that John donated for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also I'm supposed to be getting my glitch package in soon. That's the big one.
Oh, the lemonade, right?
No, this is the it's supposed to be like a sour apple, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, so it came out for St. Patty's Day, and they had all sorts of shipping problems, and they're like, just be patient with us, like that sort of thing. And I'm supposed to be getting it this week. So
yeah, it was a month ago, huh?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I've been patient with them. They're such a fucking good company, bro. Like they're the co-owner, like the CEO of the company, literally put out a video, like sent out emails to everyone and put out a video online, being like, "We're sorry, we fucked up. Like we're gonna get this out as fast as we can. Like there's just been so much shipping problems recently, and I'm sitting there like that's grade A fucking customer service."
Oh, you got featured in another video, didn't you?
Yes.
I was meaning to ask you about that. What was
So me and the boy Panics. I don't know have you played with Panics before?
I don't think I've seen Panics in the chat, but I don't think I've ever played with them.
I was gonna say if you did, it might have been just Fortnite or something.
No, we only played it with like Frankie and then like
Bach and Xander, right? Like
yeah.
And
we only played with Xander like 2 games.
Yeah.
Xander,
he was having all sorts of tech issues. That's right.
He kept lagging out.
But yeah, no. So Bloodhunt put out a video, being like, "Hey, this is the highlight." It was like this is the highlight video for the community sort of stuff, right? And I saw it, and I didn't think anything of it because I'm like, I know Shroud played it. I know Doc played it. I was like, they're going to be fucking showing those people. Like, there's no need to fucking... I'm not going to watch it. Fuck it. I'm not going to watch it. I'm just glad that I got to play it again, with Panics. And then Panics fucking sends it to me in a DM, and he's like, bro, we're in this video more than once. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean we're in this video more than once? So I clicked it. So it does the first one. It's them talking about, oh, the community is so great, da-da-da-da. Then the very first clip is Shroud popping off, and then the second clip is me just beating the shit out of someone on the ground with a baseball bat.
Now I gotta watch it now. That's funny.
I'm sitting there like, what?
Well, I saw that you like put it on your story of like, and I was like, dude, it's like Shroud, and then I was like, ooh.
Yeah. So
dude, you're famous. You're famous.
It's like I said, it's to me it's wild because like we had the Ragnarok one for Assassin's Creed earlier in the year, and they sent me a message straight up asking me if they could use my footage, and then used it was like 10 clips or something like that.
There's a lot of clips.
I think I was the most in the video, at least it felt like when you watch it anyway.
I can't be impartial, but I think so.
And then
So they ask you for this one, or you
no,
do?
this like I said, I just randomly. But the cool thing was at the end of it, like my name's in there, and like the like here's all of the people that we use footage of, and like me and Panics were talking about it. Like Panics didn't clip anything from Blood Hunt. So like one of the clips that they have of him, they must have went through his videos and clipped it because he didn't clip it.
Interesting. So they really went into the community.
That's what I'm saying. Like so, like me and him were talking about it. I'm like, holy shit! Like that's kind of.
Well, it was a closed beta, so it wasn't like there was as much as like if it was open.
Exactly.
I couldn't get into it.
The only reason why I think me and Panics were able to get into it is because we played it. We played it when it was first out. You know what I mean? I signed up for the original beta of it, and that story sucks because I signed up for the original beta. I got my PC on like Friday, and then I got it set up so that I could stream on Monday, I think it was, and on that Sunday is when the beta ended.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things for me where I was like, oh, I missed the beta, like that sort of thing. But then me and Panics played when it first came out, and then yes, that was that one. That was kind of fucking crazy.
When does it come out?
The 27th.
Okay.
Fully. It's PlayStation 5 and Steam. Is the two.
Okay.
I mean, I use controller on PC with it. It's fine.
There was a game I really wanted to play, and it was in a beta called Boundary, and I don't know when it's coming out, and that's on Steam and PS5 too. Where it's space FPS. You're in space. Spaceman.
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. And there's like tanks and like there's agile like speed guy. I don't know. It looks pretty cool. It's like a Chinese developer. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if Super People's still active. I don't think it is. Is it?
I was watching Broda. He was playing it a little bit. I don't think it's as. I think it had that original spike.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of settled down now, like a lot of the games have.
Well, I was playing. So the issue is, I was playing with a buddy of mine, and we kept running into cheaters, and it was like literally like getting one tap no scoped from like 500 yards away.
Jesus.
And
Christ.
then my buddy kept kicking my buddy off because they're like, we detected cheat, and he was like, what? And like there was and it was funny. The first game it happened, it was literally like we're doing duos, and I killed a guy from like maybe 150 yards away with a car 98 with no scope on it, and he was like hiding behind a table in like a car dealership, and I was like, I think that's him, and I shot him and I killed him, and I was like, and then I killed his teammate like really sus before that, and I'm like, if anything, like I can understand if they reported that, but like it just straight kept booting him.
Well, it's funny as well because like you say that, like there's some. It's interesting how there's some games where like their anti-cheat or whatever is like, oh, you have this app that shows you how many kills you have. Cheater. Banned. Like that sort of thing. Cheater. Meanwhile, there's people that literally are using full-on like hack, like walls, aimbot, and it's like, no, they're fine. Like there was one last night I was watching one of the girls, Brit. She was streaming and she was playing Apex, and her and the team that she was with, they got lasered by this kid, and they're all like saying cheater, cheater, cheater. I'm sitting there like, yeah, it's the typical I got lasered, it's a cheater sort of thing. So they're watching dude like missing half a clip, then just hits nothing but like headshots, like for a full clip, and it's one of those things where it's like. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give him just the benefit of the doubt. He's just good aim, and then he pulls out the Volt, and like the edge of mid range, where it's like mid to long, like that range, didn't miss a single shot, hit every single bullet, killed a full team. I'm sitting there like, I can't defend that one. That's
you're like, wow, maybe. I'm looking at the top sellers on Steam right now. I'm actually really surprised by it.
Really? Genshin's number one.
What's up?
Genshin number one.
No, so top sellers on Steam right now: Lego Star Wars, which I actually do want to get. I do want to pick that up on the Xbox. I'm just upset there's no multiplayer. It's only couch co-op.
I fucking hate that.
The Valve Index is number 2.
The Valve Index,
which is their VR headset, which is $1,000. No Man's Sky number 3, which they just had a big DLC. So
I was gonna say
Shroud's playing it right now.
When I will say that No Man's Sky had a very rocky start, but whenever they drop anything new now, it immediately is just.
I played it like 6 months ago. And it was actually pretty fun.
That's the thing.
I just didn't really get into it.
I couldn't get into it. Fedge loved it. Fedge was like playing it on like his like off time, and yeah, like really? I've been hearing a lot of good things about it since
Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
That's 4. Jurassic World Evolution Premium Edition, which I've never even heard of that.
So that's the one where it's like The Sims, but you make your own dinosaur park.
It's Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Mm-hmm.
Rust.
Okay.
Jurassic World Evolution 2 again, but Ready or Not, which I bought and then returned it because it's pretty wonky to play with other people.
Ready or Not.
And then Sea of Thieves.
I think they just had a big. I think they just had a DLC come out somewhere.
They've had a bunch of big ones, and then GTA 5.
GTA 5 is never going to go away until GTA 6 comes out.
I was watching fucking Celtics GTA 5 commercial.
Yeah, it's unreal, bro. I mean, you got to give them credit. They made a game that was visually right. I mean, when did GTA 5 come out? Because you got
2013.
2013. Yeah. In 2013, those graphics were the top notch, right?
Yep.
So you got to give them credit because they've just said, "Fuck it, we're going to keep these graphics and we're just going to keep updating the game." And every single it seems like every single 4 or 5 months they put out a new patch or a new DLC or a new thing that you can do in the game.
It's all. I hate that they never put single player in, and then the only thing is that you have to spend money to do in-game money. You have to do spend in-game money to do really anything in the new content, and so that's just grinding. Or you can buy shark cards, which people end up doing, which is how they get all their money.
Yeah.
Have I spent money on shark cards? Oh, yeah, the only reason why I would actually probably still play it if I could play it on my PC because I kind of wanted to get into roleplay a little bit, but nothing it's not cross save. After all this time, after 9 years of it being out, there's no cross save. So I think I'm level 150 on Xbox, and I have a bunch of stuff. No, maybe on Mixer.
I was gonna say because I think I've seen you stream it. Because I feel like I watched you stream it at one point because you were doing a heist. I feel like
maybe on Mixer, but not maybe early Twitch. Maybe. But it just it just would suck to start over and I'd actually put my own money into that. I probably spent $150 of my real money in that game.
That's the big thing for me with doing Overwatch or Apex on PC full time. Yeah. I've put so much fucking money into those accounts. This.
Yeah.
And they're both cross-play now. The only thing I can't do is comp on Overwatch. That's the only thing I can't do. Which my PC account is level 25, so I can do it if I want to. I just have no fucking desire to because there's only 5 people that I play with on PC and none of them play with me ever. So it's the
only one I didn't feel bad about was switching over was Apex because I'm already a higher level on PC than I am on Xbox.
Yeah. So
I was like, whatever. There were some cool. There's a couple skins I have on Xbox that are super. I guess super rare now because they do those videos where these are the rare skins. I have a couple of those on Xbox.
They're doing a lot of, and it's actually pissing a lot of people, pissing quite a few people off. Is that they're bringing back a lot of old items. So in the most recent event, we had a bunch of stuff come out from the Iron Crown event, which was the very first ever event that Apex ever did. And they released a bunch of skins from that. So, and they announced that they're bringing back a lot of the Battle Pass skins, but only from a certain season onwards. So the certain season before that, can't fucking get them. But from this season onward, though, they're going to be repopulating the story.
Well, that could piss off both. That could be you could be mad that you're oh, I had what was the point of me getting this super limited skin if I can just get it now? Or
that's the big thing with Overwatch right now. Overwatch 2 is coming out in fucking 2 weeks, and the entire Overwatch community is saying that Overwatch is dead because of this most recent event that they did. Because they did this whole new event and they labeled it as this brand new giant thing. We're trying something new. It's remix. We're remixing stuff up. And all it was they took a bunch of the skins that people like and they made them white.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
That's it. No, that's it.
All right.
And then the limited skins where like, oh, you have to play 27 games. And at the end of 27 games, then you get this skin. But you can only get it during this 2-week time. They're bringing them back.
I have some cool Brazil 2016 skins.
So
Yeah.
With those skins, though, right? So obviously I have them. Because whenever there's an event thing like that, I do it. I don't get anything.
Yeah, because you already have them.
Yes, I literally get nothing. So this event is literally just...
Well, you get the white versions.
Nope. Because those you have to pay for.
Oh, so you get the same exact... So it's the same exact skins, and then they also have white versions.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like so one of the Reaper ones is he looks like a plague doctor. So there's a purple version that we have in the game already. There's a black and like green version. And then the one that they just released is a white version.
A white skin.
And it's like 3,000 coins. And it's like, that's it. There's no new events, no new game modes, no nothing. They're just... It's the laziest fucking thing that we've ever seen. And the entire Overwatch community is just like, we're fucking fed up with this shit. And that's not a good thing to have happen when Overwatch 2 is literal... The beta for that is coming out in 2 weeks. And the entire
When's the release of the full game?
We don't know. They haven't announced it. Yeah, that's the other thing.
Okay.
So the Overwatch League is supposed to start in like a month or two, I think. Something like that. They're going to be playing on a very early version of Overwatch 2. So think about that. You're a pro. You're a pro and you're going to be playing Overwatch 2 professionally, but yet...
So how's that work? Are they going to get, Are they going to get special versions from themselves? Because they have to practice on that version.
Exactly. That's the thing. Is like we don't know. Like there's actually been a couple people that have gone out, and like the pros have, and they've made private servers where they've changed the character abilities. So
what they think.
No, to what they think and what they've been told they are going to be, so that they can just scrim, and they just
scrum.
You know, and it's like it's the funniest fucking thing hearing it though, because it's like that's just so fucking like what the fuck are they doing, bro? Like, and they just did this whole big thing about new character coming out, Sojourn. They showed all of her abilities. She looks fucking cool and everything, and they listed it as a community Q&A. And they didn't ask the community any questions. They literally had the host ask questions, and the questions you could tell were already like kind of pre-scripted. There was a couple that were kind of curveball, but it wasn't like oh hey, who's the new person we're getting? It wasn't like that sort of curveball. It's like, oh, so tell us about this character's backstory. Like.
All right. Well, I'm just excited for my bad bitch May, and I'm down with her thickness.
I think there's a rumor going on that she might be getting moved to tank.
Interesting. Well, she is kind of a tanky character.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're also changing the tank class to like more of a brawler class because there's only going to be they're going from 6v6 to 5v5.
Is when I was playing, is 2 tanks still the meta? Meta.
There's now roll queue. So the last time you played was before they put the roll queue in. So there was the pros.
Queue.
Yep. So the pros did this thing called GOATs, which was 3 tanks, 3 supports, and it was literally just we're just gonna go forward, and whichever team wins the first fight, that's the team that's probably gonna win the game.
Yeah.
And it was the most boring thing to watch. It was fucking stupid. It made it so you didn't have to play DPS. Like, it just... So...
It's a war of attrition. And if you win the first one...
It was literally just a fist fight. It was like, who uses their abilities at the correct time? Yeah. And it got to the point where it started to trickle down into the casual game. And people fucking hated it. So Overwatch said, fuck it, then it's 2v2. 2 tank, 2 support, 2 damage. Done. Period.
Has to be. Okay.
So everything went to that. So now,
people like that, or are they?
Originally, there was a big kerfuffle about it, but I think as it's gone on, people have gotten used to it now because there is open queue, And in open queue, it's just 6v6. You pick whoever the fuck you want to pick. But it's funny because you'll see in open queue, a lot of teams do go 2-2-2. And even if they don't, they go like 2-1-3. Like they still like it. Like there's still a very significant like. It's now like forced.
It is funny because when I played that, the meta was always such like a strong portion of it. Because then, so when I was playing it, like the 2 tank was like the new meta, and I don't know. It just was there was a lot, and it ruined. It's funny because I've never, looking back at it, I played with a lot of people I knew, and it was just like it was like a friendship ending game. Like weird. It was weird.
It's a lot. I think it's a lot better in that aspect now. Because it's one of those things where, like, you know, like for instance, when I play with Rob's our differential is big enough so there's certain positions that he can't do with me. It's like he can't play tank with me, like at all, because his tank rating is so low. Mine's higher than his. And there's like that. Like I think it's 1,000 gap or something like that, 1,000 point gap that you can play in. So like he's like I want to heal you today, play tank. And I was like, all right, and like there we go.
So then his healer just goes.
Yes, his like the last I knew, his healer was like high silver, low gold, and his tank is like low silver, mid silver sort of thing, like that sort of thing. So it's kind of it's funny seeing how the different things are. But we're hoping.
Did you see? Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, we're hoping that with 2, they do a full MMR reset because his ratings aren't as low as they should be. Like, he's playing in games with me and keeping up with me and the other people on our team.
They're lower than they should be.
Yes. So we're hoping that the full MMR reset happens so that when we do our stuff again together, then we're both closer to where we both should be. Like, that sort of thing.
So did you see that Halo's they are going to do a battle royale?
So I heard, is it official or is that rumor still? Because I've sort of rumor.
Yes, from what I'm seeing, it's that it's going to be, it's almost like a Warzone update where it's like a whole separate thing within itself.
Okay.
Or it's like it's like that's how big it's going to be, where it's like a war, but we'll see. I don't know. It's I think Halo might be dead.
I was gonna say, is it one of those things where it's too late now?
I mean,
if they dropped it with the BR,
yeah,
obviously
I don't know. Well, so the issue is that with that game is that there's like no updates in it. Like they haven't. From my knowledge, it's like pretty much right now is like pretty much the same game they released in.
Really?
So November? When did it come out?
Yeah, it was like last year, November, sort of thing.
Yeah, November. It's almost. It's like I don't know if they've added any maps. I know
maybe
they have.
added.
I might be speaking out of the place.
I know that they added a this is the season 2 battle pass thing, and I watched the video and I was like, this is the exact same game, and these skins look like shit. Like,
which is funny because season 1 battle pass is on for another month. Yeah, because it was a 6-month battle pass. That was the thing that people were like, "What's going on?" So there's still. I'm pretty sure there's still another month. So like, I could hop on and still finish the battle pass.
That's fucking wild, bro. Just, I mean, like,
and then
how do you fuck up that bad with this? Like, how do you drop the ball that bad? Like, how long have they? Like, when was last game was Halo 5, right?
Yeah.
When was that?
2017.
So 5 years. How do you go 5 years without thinking to yourself, we need to do smaller battle pass, constant updates, potentially do a BR?
Well, 2015.
Oh my god.
Yeah, October 2015.
How? How do you drop the ball this bad?
The launch was like a pretty good launch, and like the only issue is that there was like some desync stuff. So like there were times where you'd shoot someone where they would have died, and then like you just die. It's kind of a weird. It was like almost like back in the day when people would do like lag switching. But I don't know. It's a really fun game. It just was like the same thing over and over and over again. There wasn't enough. There weren't enough maps. Well, that
was the thing. Is like I remember us loading in, and it was like capture the flag, capture the flag, capture the flag, capture the flag. Oh look, we finally got team deathmatch. And now it's cell retrieval, capture the flag, capture the flag. Oh, look, we got deathmatch again. Yeah,
you can't vote on, and that was a thing that was like a huge in Halo games, is that you could vote, you could, especially COD, and they took away, that's like, I don't think that you could vote in any game anymore.
Nope. I mean, that's one of the ones I've talked
I don't
about with Panics and Apex. Is that I think that the ranked system in Apex should be completely overhauled map-wise to the point where every map is available. We have 4 maps. It's the only BR right now that has 4 fucking maps, and they have 1 in rotation for half a
PUBG.
season. How many does PUBG have?
It has more than 4.
Does it?
I want to say it has like 7.
Jesus. Well, like my thing is like we have once we have like right now we're in season 12, right? We have a split, and it's 2 maps. Why not have all 4 maps rotating every 2 hours?
Well, they have 5 maps.
5? Close.
Yep.
But like
there should be some sort of rotation because that is exactly like at the start of a season or start of an event, it's the same map for like 2 weeks or whatever it is. You just said it, and and that's like that's gonna burn anyone out.
Exactly. I mean, you spend. I mean, and especially like right now, a lot of people don't like Kings Canyon as a ranked map. They don't fucking like it.
Third party fun.
Well, that's the thing, right? So it's one of those things where it's like if you did it so every 2 hours the ranked map changed.
Yeah, because as soon as you see Olympus, I get a hard on.
That's the thing. Everybody has that favorite map. People see World's Edge and they're like, "Fucking, let's go." Right?
You know what's funny? World's Edge is by far the least amount I've played because it's
World's Edge was the one that I think I played the most.
Yeah.
Simply because that was the season when Rob and Jeff started playing, and that's so when we first started playing.
The Bandy Wandy.
That's when the shit show started.
Yeah.
But I'm intrigued to see if I just don't know how a Halo BR would do, to be honest, at this point now. Because like
idea.
what's the thing that's going to separate it from everything else? Because each game has its own unique thing, right? Fortnite now is gone. Fortnite originally was build, now it's no build, which just completely changed the meta for that entire game and made it more fun for a lot of people.
Oh, another thing about Halo, they don't even have co-op yet. You can't even play campaign co-op. So like that's like a huge drop the ball. Is that like, like I played through all the Halo games at the start of the pandemic with one of my buddies. We played through every single game.
I remember you and me talking about that because you asked me if I was going to do it.
And so like me and my buddy, that's all we were pumped for. And they're like, no co-op on launch. We'll do it when season 2. Like what's going on now? And they're dropping the ball with goddamn Halo show.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that. I've been seeing a clip online of them talking about the guns, and it looks kind of cool. They were talking about like the Needler.
Yeah, so
that scene seemed kind of cool from what I saw.
So the new episode, I liked so there's like a couple stories going on at once in this episode. There's 3 separate stories, and I liked the Master Chief story the least.
Okay.
And then there was a story about his Spartan team, and then another side one where it was a girl he rescued from the first episode. It was her story.
Yeah.
And then, so one of his Spartans on his team removed her. Remember I was talking about they have like these hormone chips in them? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like they're like tramp sticks. They're actually lower back.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. She removed hers this episode.
So that explains the clip that I saw then of also spoilers. That explains the clip that I saw of him saying like you can't be in the fight or I gotta pull you out, and she was like, oh yeah, like he's like you're dangerous, you're too dangerous right now, I gotta pull you out, and she's like, oh yeah, what's that make you? I saw that clip online. That may have been a teaser for the next episode.
I think it was a teaser for the next episode.
Maybe, but like, but still, I saw that and I was like, okay, that makes sense now that you're saying that.
It was really weird. She pulled it out and like she started getting her feelings right away, and then she like had blood on her hands, and she has like Scandinavian blonde hair, like white hair, and so she like put red streaks in her hair out of blood. And someone's like, "Did you do that to yourself?" And she's like, "Yeah." What of it? And it was kind of funny, but it was like I don't know, it was just kind of weird.
Like I said, the scene that I saw though was that they were talking about like the Needler and everything, the pink mist. It was really kind of a cool. I thought it was a cool scene.
Yeah, and then so now is that development. It was with her and that also the woman she was talking to is that like this woman who's like also is the daughter of the woman who created the Spartans. She's always looked at them as like not people, and they were talking to her, and they were like talking in Sangheili, which is like the language of the elites, and she like they were literally teaching her. She is head of like she's the head of the research team, like looking into the Covenant and trying to find out about them. And she's like, I've never once thought asking you, like, what you guys knew about the Covenant. Like, you guys have seen the Covenant more than any other human alive. Why would I have not asked you, like, if you knew anything about it? They said the name of the Needler. They were literally like, they said the name. They're like, this is what the Needler is. And they're like, how do you know that? They're like, well, when we pick up the Needler and point it at them, they say it. And like, so it either means they were literally like, it either means Needler or like, please don't kill me.
Yeah. Have you ever heard a grunt
Yeah, exactly. And it was like kind of a campy thing, but it was funny. But like, so I'm so like, I hate that I'm doing it. Is that like I can't tell if the show is bad or I'm just unhappy with it.
Well, and I think that it's a little bit of both. That's what I'll say.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Because it's one of those things, and it's the same thing, like, and this kind of goes back to the whole thing with some of the DC properties of, like, Batman, Superman, all that. Like, everyone has, like, that's a legacy. It's a legacy fucking thing. It's Halo. Everyone knows fucking Halo. Everyone knows it. So when it's not Halo to you...
Yeah. So like it's
like everything
like how you are such a DC fan that you can't look at it like that. Where I'm like, all right, it's fun.
Yeah.
Except for Peacemaker, I still think you'd like Peacemaker.
Nope. Nope. Not even going there. Nope. Not
speaking of DC stuff, did you see that the trial right now? I don't know if trial is the right word. The deposition for Johnny Depp, Amber Heard's going on right now.
Yep.
And it's not looking good for her.
Nope. I did like there was one weird thing to say that I did like during, but there was one thing where they were saying like Amber didn't like spending time with Johnny and his friends because there was a bunch of old guys sitting around talking and playing guitars.
Yeah, that was,
and Johnny steps in there and he's like kind of just like his normal, just kind of like, you know, resting bitch face, and then he hears that and you see him go, and he smirks, and I saw that and I was like, all right, Johnny, you know.
Yeah, so they had her assistant on the witness. I don't know if it's like a true trial. So they had they were interviewing her assistant from like 2012 to 2015 or something, who was around for like all this stuff. She's like, Johnny was like such a nice guy. He was like even keeled. Like she's the one that like always seemed like she was always on drugs and she was always like freaking out and crying and like. She's like, she fired me a couple times. Like,
Jesus Christ.
She like almost assaulted me when I asked for a raise. She like was asking for a raise to like $50K.
Jesus, I've tried my best to stay out of it because it's one of those things where it's you know, no matter what, it's gonna piss someone off.
Yeah.
But like it's become a big thing now, you know. Yeah. And it's I don't know. I mean, obviously, I think both sides. It's from.
I don't think Johnny Depp's a saint, but I think like.
Yeah, he's you know. I don't think either one.
He's a Hollywood superstar. He's obviously not a normal person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's weird. Yeah. Like her version of Mira is okay. If they recasted her, sure. Whatever.
Oh, they, you know, like, but
I mean,
like that producer, Johnny Depp's sister, is like, I'm not recasting her. She's staying.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like, there's a bunch of the old DC higher ups that are no longer there now because of Discovery. Zaslav there came in and got rid of them all. But there was like a bunch of them that were like, yeah, no, she's staying. She's awesome. We love her. And like now there's things coming out saying that like Momoa isn't a huge fan of her. Like, I don't know. There's so much shit going on there. The whole Ezra Miller thing. There's things saying like that's all true. That's been coming out with that. There's stuff saying that's not true. Like this one, like Variety's lying. Like it's just so many fucking just different things. It's like.
Well, did you see Trouble in Paradise with Magic Mike 3?
Oh my god! I didn't even know they were doing Magic Mike 3.
So they started filming Magic Mike 3. 11 days into production, it's Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum's like
Yeah.
the executive producer. He's the one that's doing it. It's his movie. Like, and
He wants
it's
to
a
finish his
prime,
prequel.
I think it's a Prime movie too.
Oh,
It's Amazon Prime production, and
interesting.
it's you know Thandie Newton. I always feel like I'm butchering her name.
Doesn't sound familiar.
She's been in a bunch of stuff. She was in the biggest thing I know her from was Westworld.
Yeah, what's
Um,
her name? I'll take a look real quick.
Thandie Newton.
Andy. Oh.
Thandie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's been an actress for I think she's like 50. She's been in like everything.
Oh, right here. Of course, I type in the name and then everything comes up. Denies
Yeah.
Magic Mike firing over Tatum's spat.
So they got into I guess so 11 days into production. I guess they've been getting increasingly more argumentative. They've been fighting over the Will Smith Chris Rock slap. And they don't and it's not says it doesn't say where each stand, but like I guess they've just been fighting about it the whole time and it got to the point where he's like I'm fucking done and left set, drove away. I think they're in Italy or something. They're in Europe somewhere. And yeah, they kicked her off. They hired Salma Hayek. So I think they're just like, all right, we're starting over.
Jesus, imagine, bro. That's oh my god. I fucking hate celebrities so much. I can't stand it.
I
Uh,
don't I've always heard good things about Channing Tatum, which is kind of funny. So
yeah,
I don't know anything about Newton, but like it's just kind of funny. I was reading that today. It like
that's what it is. It's fucking hilarious. It's that typical thing of like, it's like they got into a spat about what? Oh, they got into a spat about about the Will Smith celebrity slap. It's like, oh, fucking shut the fuck up.
and
Like,
I want to know what they said. I want to know
whose
who's on
size
whose
who?
side.
Yeah, who's on
I
Will's?
want to
Yeah,
know. I want to know.
that's so fucking wild. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know there was going to be a Magic Mike 3. So I mean,
Well, did you ever see any of the other ones?
I at one point I was collecting Matthew McConaughey movies,
All right.
and I actually had the Magic Mike like still sealed. So like I had it, but I hadn't seen it because I was like, I'm just gonna save it, and then eventually when I get a girlfriend and she's like, oh, I want to watch a movie, I can be like, oh, well, let's watch Magic Mike. I haven't seen it yet, and then that would give me an excuse to watch the movie. Meanwhile, she gets her
I
rocks
once saw
off.
the first one with a girlfriend, so that
See,
was my excuse. It actually I think it's actually a pretty good movie. It's
no,
not.
I
It's
what is it? It's the sec. It's the I think it's the second one. There's a scene from the second one with Joe
Mhm.
Manganiello where he goes into the trucks, like where he goes into like the gas station and he's like fucking like doing all the stripper moves and everything, and then he like pours the water on him, and he's like, "How much would that be?" And they're like, the
so
girl
yeah.
smiles.
That's the second one.
Yeah, that's like the only thing I really know.
So the funny thing is, so like the first, so all right, so first I do know about this. The first one. So the first one was again Channing Tatum's baby,
Hmm.
and so it actually is like a really good drama. It's not necessarily about it's about guys who strip.
Yeah.
So roll with me on this one now.
Hmm.
So it's about guys who are living life and they support themselves through stripping.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
the
Interesting.
second movie is about strippers who are going on a road trip. So it's so like the first one is truly about like and like like the whole first one was about how Channing Tatum wanted to be more than a stripper. He wanted to have a construction. He wanted to be like an architect. He wanted to design furniture, and like he found a kid. So he took like a kid under his wing. I say kid, he was like 27. I don't know. He was like a kind of a loser, working like part-time jobs, like temp work,
Hmm.
construction, and Alex Pettifer. And I guess he's a nightmare actor to work with, and I guess that's like I haven't seen him in a long time. He's been in a bunch of movies. Remember? Did you ever see the movie Beastly,
Yes.
where like a pretty guy had like
Oh no! Now
he like
he looks like a monster.
yeah, exactly. He had like cool scars and tattoos.
Yeah.
Um, he was the apprentice. I guess he's like really hard to work with. So then the second one was about them. Like they're like, dude, Channing Tatum was like doing his own thing. He was doing what he had wanted.
Gabriel Iglesias was in that as well, right?
Yeah, he was. Childish Gambino was in it.
Jesus.
He was a stripper too. But it was all about like they're like, dude, one more ride. I guess they were like doing a road trip across America. I'm pretty sure it was like they were going to a stripper competition. I could be like, this is I saw the movie once. I've seen the first Magic Mike probably 5 times.
Okay.
I think Magic Mike 1 is a great movie.
I've seen How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I can't tell you how many times. So.
Okay. Matthew, is that he's writing the book or
no? It's I think it's Hudson. She's writing the book, and he has to date her until the gala to get the diamond deal. To run the diamond deal, he has to make her fall in love with him by then, and her whole thing is
she's trying to break up with him the whole time. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The best
it's just like
the best one with that is me and Rob watching it at Norwich, and fucking Husky comes in and asks us what we're doing. So we say we're watching fucking How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and of course fucking Husky.
Yeah.
We're fucking losers. And then we look at him, and Rob says a line, and then I said the next line, and we did that for about like maybe 10 lines, and the look on his face was like, what the fuck is going on?
He's like, what did I walk into? You're like, don't mess with us. This is art.
It's such a good movie. Oh, man. I don't care what anyone says. That's in my top 10 movies all time.
Okay. Well, hey, that's personal.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure I saw it, but like
you've seen it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I probably watched it on like FX or something.
I was gonna say it's the same as all the other Matthew McConaughey fucking rom-coms that came out in that like 5-year span. Like everyone's seen them. You just need
Failure to launch.
What's the one where he's a diver?
Sahara.
There's that one as well, but that's not the one I'm talking about.
I've seen that movie. I've seen at least 20 times. I saw it in theaters twice, and I think I was like 14 when it came out. I was like, Mom, drive me to go see Sahara.
Mom!
I gotta go see Matthew McConaughey.
Let's see here.
And Steve Zahn.
Actually, I don't have it over here. I must have sold it.
There's like a weird thing with my friend group, is that like we're all obsessed with Sahara, but it was like all before we knew each other. So we're all individually obsessed with Sahara, and we talk about it all the time.
That's funny. Rain of Fire.
I watched that like maybe a month ago.
That was such a cool movie. Like
Christian Bale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and some girl.
The Americans are here.
I know. They're like, how'd you get here? We took a boat. There's no boats. We got a helicopter. There's no helicopters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's so many scenes in that movie where it was like that, like the whole idea of that movie I thought was fucking fantastic as well. Yeah. Just the fact of like there's a little dragon lair underneath London that nobody knows about because it's just hidden,
except for Christian Bale, who was there when it happened.
Yeah, who like, oh no, they fucked up and they were doing construction, and Christian Bale's character is like, oh look, a hole. Let's climb in and find out what's down in the hole. Oh, dragon.
We could just blame Christian Bale because maybe the dragon wouldn't have come out, right? Maybe it would have been fine.
Maybe.
Yeah. But we can all blame Christian Bale.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Did you like Christian Bale's Batman?
To an extent. I thought it was. I thought that it was a good kind of. Because like that was the beginning of kind of the gritty DC stuff.
Yeah.
Right, which I think was a good tone setter for what we've seen to an extent with some of the movies. There's a couple in there that we won't talk about, but like I think that it was a good tone setter. I thought the first one was fantastically done. I liked the.
I just rewatched the first one a few weeks ago.
I like the first one because it
was amazing. I've seen that movie so many times, but I hadn't seen it in probably 10 years.
It's a great origin. Because I think the twist of Nielsen being Raish at the end of the movie as well was fantastic. I think they did a great job as well and it's one of those things, if you really think about it, every one of those movies had 2 villains. And they did a fantastic job having them being big enough villains where people know who they are, but at the same time, neither one of them detracted from the other.
Yep.
Right. I just think
I think if it was Batman's Begins, if they had just done that, I think that would have been I think they would have thought that as one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. I really think so.
Well, it's interesting because I think that Ledger's Joker was good.
Mm-hmm. I know you don't have. I know how you feel about that.
Well, I liked his Joker. I thought it was a good Joker. I love the fact that everybody forgets how much hate it got at the very beginning, because it did, and everyone's always going to forget about that and be like, "Oh no, it didn't." Yeah, shut your face. I thought Two-Face was fantastic in that movie. I actually thought Two-Face was better than Joker in the movie, to be 100% honest.
Well, just the cinematography alone in that movie, that opening scene where they rob the bank, that whole sequence is definitely one of the best sequences of any superhero movie.
Oh yeah, 100, I would easily put that top 5. Put that top 5.
Like when they zip line across the roof and they're doing the whole thing, they're like, "I don't shoot," and then like he's like, "I don't shoot the bank teller, I shoot the driver."
Yeah.
You know, like stuff like it. Just
I killed the bus driver. The who? Boom. You know, and then the bus driver comes in and goes, "Hey, did I get him?" I was like, "Yeah."
He's like,
"Bang."
Yeah.
You know, I thought that like everything about that was very well done. And then of course, then the incident happened. The thing people don't know is Nolan didn't want to do a third one because Nolan had already came up with an idea for a third one that involved, if I remember correctly, the Joker and the Riddler. He was going to bring the Joker back for the final movie, and it was going to be him and the Riddler. And there was a rumor at one point saying that the Riddler was going to be DiCaprio.
That could have been cool. Well,
so that's what I'm saying. Is like, think about that shit. Doing DiCaprio, Ledger in that state as Joker, and Bale.
Well, how many movies do we have where DiCaprio is a bad guy? Like really, like Django.
That's really kind of the only one I can think of.
And he's just like a piece of shit slave owner in that movie.
Would you count Shutter Island?
No, he's just a guy, a mentally ill guy. He's not. I wouldn't say he's a bad guy.
Then I would just say it'd be Django.
I think the movie's all about his treatment, so it's not even like, and he didn't kill his family.
That's true. That's true. It's been a while since I've seen that. That's the only one that came up in my head.
So I've been thinking about it. So there's did I tell you about this thing called what's it? I'll pull it up right now. Framed WTF.
Framed WTF.
So you know Wordle?
Yep.
So how that crazy
is it one of those but with movies?
Yeah, so like they show you a screenshot and you have to guess what it is.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
You have 6 tries. And then so like today I got it in 4.
That's kind of like the NFL. Someone made an NFL one called Weddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So spoiler today. Today's was Pan's Labyrinth.
Okay.
Which I've seen a few times, but I didn't know what it was until we got to this one where it's like a girl in a fair. You can't see that.
I can kind of see it a little bit, but yeah.
Earlier in the week, Shutter Island was one of them.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know until like frame 4 or 5, and then it's cool to see because like there's a couple scenes. You know how like there's one scene in Shutter Island where like his wife is overlooking the water where she killed the kids, and she's like in a sundress. So like I didn't think anything of it when I saw that picture, and then I went to the next one and it was Leo in a cave, and I'm like, oh, that's Shutter Island. And I went back to previous pictures, and I'm like, oh, this is that scene. This is that scene. So it's like kind of a cool thing that like I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, so like you don't know it until you get to that scene, and then once you get to that scene, you're like, I know what that is. But then you go back and you're like, oh, I should have known it from.
So like, it's like literally, if you look through my text, it's like a buddy of mine. We were sending each other our scores on it.
Oh, that's
every day.
Awesome.
So like, and then like my two of my coworkers, we do the Wordle every day, and we do the Framed every day.
That's funny.
So it's like it's like actually I enjoy doing the Framed.
But you know, I liked the Bale Batman movies. I would say that I liked the Bale Batman movies more for the villains than Christian's portrayal of Batman. Honestly,
well, I like Christian as Bruce Wayne.
As Bruce Wayne, I think he did an okay job. I prefer the Batman that's more of the recluse. Oh no, the Batman, the Bruce that's more of a recluse than
You can. I think you can watch the
Tomorrow.
Batman tomorrow.
Yep.
I think it's tomorrow.
Yep, I'm watching
You
it
gonna
tomorrow
do
night.
it?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Yep,
Cool.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow night.
Talk about it next week.
Yep, I'm excited to see it. But
All right.
I kind of like the Playboy kind of Bruce Wayne. I'm not a huge fan of. I think it's overplayed at this point with the billionaire thing.
He is not a playboy.
Well, no. But I'm saying like for Christians, like that was
the new one. He is by far my favorite portrayal of, because like, he's kind of like a weird, awkward dude. And if you think about it, he was a rich orphan that like
yeah.
everyone treated like weird, and he was like kind of like a pariah, and like so like
Well,
he's like a fucking weirdo, you know? Like I love it.
I'm intrigued by this one too because it's playing off of the year. If I remember correctly, it's playing off of year one, which is interesting because it's not.
I don't think it's year one.
Well, like so the book year one.
Oh, okay.
Because like Bayo's Batman was origin, right? Like the very beginning of him becoming Batman through like a couple years. Ben's Batman was the 20-year in Gotham.
The Twilight of Batman.
Yeah, like, which I thought was a really cool concept because no one had ever fucking done that before. Plus, also, if they wanted to do sequels, you know how many fucking cool 20 years worth of flashbacks and like random shit? Like, they can literally just be like, we're going to pull out Condiment King and make him fucking dangerous. How? Don't know, but we'll fucking find a way. And that was one of the things that I liked about, that I will say, with James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie, that I did like was Polka Dot Man. Because
I like Polka Dot Man a lot.
Polka Dot Man in that movie was fucking weird. But my thing was that everything to me has to take place in context, right? So to me, that movie still takes place in the Snyderverse. It still takes place in the DCEU. In the DCEU, our Batman is Ben.
I think this is the first good thing I've heard you say about that movie.
Well, so like, there's a couple of things that I liked about it, but like, this was one of the big ones because like, it's Polka Dot Man. He's a fucking like, it's a superhero that doesn't like, it doesn't work, right? Or a supervillain.
No.
But when you see him in that movie and you watch him using his powers and everything, that's a villain that you can go and you can say, I can see him fighting Ben's Batman. I can see him fighting Ezra's Flash. Like, that was the thing for me where I'm like, okay. I think the King Shark was kind of okay. Whatever. Ratcatcher was cool. I really liked Ratcatcher. Bloodsport I liked. However, there was some things that I wish that they would have done a little differently with him. And then like the rest of them or whatever. So that was my thing though. So like the 20-year thing though, I like that because like I said though, you could pull out like Condiment King and somehow give it a fucked up backstory, or Crazy Quill, or the Penguin, or and they've already have this established backstory that you don't need to go into. It's just that here they are, they're already established. It's already a thing here, and I thought that was kind of a cool idea because then if you really wanted to, like, let's say they did Crazy Quilt, for instance, right? Nobody knows who the fuck Crazy Quilt is.
I don't.
So 20 years in Gotham, very easy to do flashbacks.
Yeah.
And it sets up a little bit of knowing who the character is. So that's the thing that I found interesting when they said that this one was kind of like the year one Batman, was because it's not the origin. It's not the late Twilight version of him. It's kind of like he's starting to get it, but he still doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
I think it's even past that because he's already had like a rapport. He's like working with the police department.
Well, that's the thing. So it's like I'm very interested to see that aspect of it.
I don't know. My big thing is that watch it in a dark room. Are you going to watch it on your computer?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it here.
Headphones on, dark room, no lights on.
I don't have speakers. I only have headphones.
Loud speak, like it's a very like it's like a lot of these new movies where like it's truly the sound design for it is amazing. Like I'd say go see it in the theater, but sign language in here in the chat, like I was like literally like I was telling them the other day, I was like, you have to go see it in the theater.
Yeah, that was one of those ones that like I was going to, I just life fucking happened and I completely blanked on it, and
Yeah, I waited a week and me and my buddy went to go see it, and we're like,
yeah,
the practical effects in it are top notch.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see it. I want to see what it does differently and what it kind of keeps the same. There's a couple things I know
You're gonna hate this. You're gonna hate this.
What?
I saw a meme, and it was literally like these three movies had the same budget. Did you see that?
No, but I could probably only imagine.
It was Wonder Woman 84.
Such a bad movie. Such a
It was Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah.
The Marvel Black Widow.
Yeah.
And then the Batman.
That's. I don't know why you think I would hate that. That makes sense. I mean,
but it was just
two of those movies are absolute shit shows, and then one of them
you
is.
like 84. I thought you liked it.
I liked this. I liked the idea of 84. I've rewatched 84 since. The concept of 84 was, I thought the monkey paw was
all right. Yeah.
But the actual like
because I remember I was like making fun of you and you're like, shut up.
No, I've rewatched it since then. Like I said, it's
all right.
There's a lot that movie did very well, in my opinion. I think the Cheetah is done very well. I don't care what anyone says. I think Cheetah is done very well.
I like the tone of it.
Tonally, it was. I liked the tone, but there was some times when it went too drastic with it, if that makes sense. Like they kind of went over the top at some points. But like I said, I like the idea of the monkey paw. I thought that was kind of a cool idea, especially with it being a big scale thing, where suddenly like he's bleeding and he's like, "Why the fuck am I bleeding?" And then he's like, "You, what do you desire?" And then the guy's like, "Oh, I wish I had this," and he like touches him and gives it to him, and then suddenly he's not bleeding anymore and he feels fine. I'm sitting there like, that's kind of like
Pedro killed it in that.
Oh, Pedro fucking carried that whole movie.
Yeah.
And Kristen Wiig, I thought was going to be an absolute shit show as Cheetah, and I fucking loved that.
She was great.
The transition from her being an awkward kind of museum lady to
museum nerd
to this fucking just like I want to be as she says, I want to be an apex predator, and it's like I hope, I don't know how they would ever do it, because I don't think they would do it for a third one, but I would love to see a future film where it's the true origin of Cheetah, but with Kristen. Well, it's not going to happen, but I want to see it with Kristen Wiig, where like she's now gotten to the point now where she's so fixated on getting back to that Cheetah stage, and like that's now the new thing is why she hates Wonder Woman, is because Wonder Woman took that from her. So her whole thing now is like going to become.
What'd you think of? I didn't think Gal Gadot was that great. Her performance was really, it didn't feel memorable.
It was weird because Gal and Batman vs Superman kind of stole the show when she came on.
Mm-hmm.
In the Snyder Cut, she's very much a strong force, right? In that movie, in the very first Wonder Woman, she is incredible. I that's one of my favorite fights.
I really like the first Wonder Woman too.
But then in '84, there was something about, and like that's the thing is like I don't know if it's.
She kind of felt helpless. I didn't like it.
Well, and that's and that was the thing is that like it was, and that's part of the monkey claw thing is that she wanted Steve back and. She got Steve back, but she lost her powers. She was losing her powers, right?
Yeah.
And that was kind of the like I said, that was kind of the thing I thought was kind of cool with it. But that was just her acting in the movie felt very off.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel like she was. And I mean, if you think about it, right? Let's just think about it. Think about it, right? She goes from doing BVS, right? Killed it. Wonder Woman, killed it. Then she does the Justice League movie, where she did great in the movie that we know now, the Snyder Cut version, great. But in Justice version, she refused to do scenes. A lot of scenes, if you watch the 2016 version, when she has a scarf on, that's her body double. And they just put her head on it, yeah. Because there was a lot of scenes that Gal just refused to do because she was like, that's stupid. Wonder Woman wouldn't do that. You're an idiot.
Respect.
Yeah. So like she was like, no, I'm not doing it. Like the scene where Barry like falls into her chest. Like, yeah. Like she's like, no, I'm not doing that. So like imagine that though. So she goes from that to now doing 84.
Which was like a campy thing she was trying to avoid.
Exactly. So I could see how she like personally she could probably be like.
Yeah. So that had the same budget as, I guess, Batman. And when you watch Batman, you're going to be like, I think you're going to be blown away.
Oh, and I've had a lot of people tell me I will be. Like I said, I'm excited to see it. I want to see it. I liked the Planet of the Apes movies the Reeves did. I thought those were fantastic. I'm intrigued to see some of the stuff with this one because, of course, it is. Of course, like we were saying earlier, with me knowing more of the backstory of DC stuff and everything, like this was supposed to be Ben's movie, and there's a lot of elements in this movie that were supposed to be Ben's. But it's one of those things where it's like I also can. I know I can do the. This is the Reeves universe, not the Snyder universe.
Yeah,
and I can do that in my head. So I'm intrigued to see. Like I said, I
love Robert Pattinson, man.
He's been fucking killing it. I don't think anyone can argue that he's not been killing it recently. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything bad about his actual performance. I haven't. Maybe people have complained, but I haven't seen anything.
The only thing I've been seeing complaining wise was numbers. That's the only thing I've been seeing complaining wise. Because DC not DC, Warner Brothers, came out before it was coming out and was like, this is going to be $1 billion movie, and it's like 750 right now. Which, of course, let's be honest here, it doesn't fucking matter, really, in the big scope.
Matter.
It doesn't
it made
matter.
The money back.
That's the whole thing, though. Is like that's the only negative that I've seen. But at the same point, I'm like I just said, I really don't give a fuck. Like it's
I would be surprised if it wasn't nominated for any Oscar, especially like, not necessarily like best film.
Just like best actor or something like that, like even cinematography. Not even that.
I would say cinematography, but like practical effects. Is there?
Yep. Yeah. You ready for this one? So that's like costume and wardrobe, practical effects sort of thing. So you ready for this? Yeah. You know what DC movie has an Oscar in that?
Suicide Squad. Yeah.
The original Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
which makes sense. Visually, that movie is fucking. Costume-wise, yeah.
Maybe costume-wise, but
I mean, just think about Killer Croc. That's all practical effects.
Batman, I think will be pretty good.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm like I said, I'm excited to see it. It's interesting with the Discovery takeover, because Zaslav has come out and said that the DCU is a fucking mess. Nothing makes sense. We want movies and games to kind of, resonate together. And it's bullshit that they haven't put Superman at the front of everything. Or like the Superman has been in the back seat. And like he came out recently and said that. Well, I do too, to an extent.
Yeah.
Because still, he's one of the big three. And when you have the big three being, Supes, Bats, and Wonder Woman. And Bats has everything, right? Batman gets fucking everything. Wonder Woman has been getting more stuff, and then Superman has been Superman and Lois, the TV show, which is doing.
I really like it.
Which is good. It's good. It's good CW TV. It's good DC.
I don't
TV.
know what they're doing with this season, but it's been a few weeks since the last episode. I think
they do. They normally do. Sometimes they do, especially CW. They do like a mid-season split.
They already did that earlier.
They do multiple now.
So I haven't looked it up, but on the IMDb, there's only one more episode. So I don't know if there's just one episode left, or I don't know what's going on with it.
I wouldn't be. I mean, because as of right now, we don't even know if there's going to be the Batman 2.
I would be surprised if there was.
Oh, like that's the thing is literally Zaslav came in and he's basically said like. We're going to figure this shit out because the fact that we have DC Comics and it's not performing well is bullshit. And the fact that everything isn't coherent is bullshit. And he basically came out and said that they need someone that will be able to do kind of like what Feige does with Marvel. So there's like a track and there's this and that and everything. So of course, all the fucking Snyder fans, well, let me rephrase that. All the Snyder haters immediately are like, oh, well, it shouldn't be Zack Snyder because fuck him, da-da-da-da, right? And it's funny because all the Snyder supporters are like, yeah, no, it shouldn't be Zack.
All right, so I'm reading right now. It's had unusual breaks compared to other shows because it's kept getting shut down for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 10 episodes, and one of the Supergirl, the premiere got pushed up because of it. Because of one of the breaks they had to make. Because it was unplanned. But yeah, only 10 episodes this season, which is not a lot.
No, that's not a lot at all, especially for CW. CW is normally fucking 13 to 24.
Because I think last season they had, let me looky dookie. I think they had 15 last season.
Yeah, normally those ones they do between like 15 and 18. And then like the other ones they do like 22 to 24.
Oh, there's going to be 11 episodes this season. I lied.
Oh, okay. Well, still.
I did get renewed for season 3, so shoop-a-boo.
Yep.
There were 15 episodes last first season.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm really liking it.
I've heard good things.
Yeah.
I've heard good things. I mean, Zach had a plan, and it's out there. You can find it.
Yeah.
Right. He had a plan.
Zach's done.
Well, so the thing is that Snyder fans are even saying the person who should be in charge is Deborah, his wife.
Okay.
Because she would be able to be unbiased towards it. Because if you look at her resume, she has helped with a ton of other different DC films, right? But she would also be able to be creative control enough to be like, this is how we're doing this, you know. And with everything that's going on right now, it's a good time to fucking do it. Everything just got pushed back. There's reshoots of the Yin Yang for every fucking movie.
Well, do you think really Discovery is going to throw that kind of money at it though?
Yes, because that's the big. That's their big. That's any time that Zaslav has come out, because Zaslav is the CEO of Discovery. Anytime he's come out recently and said anything about DC, it's about making it the primary thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because
he's the new Phil.
Yeah, he's
Xbox Phil.
Yeah, he's the guy. And it's, he came out, and that was his first big thing. Was like he said that he wants Superman to be back in the limelight because it's bullshit that we haven't had a Superman movie since 2013. Yes, he's been in Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Justice League.
Yeah,
but
so when's the last time you watched Man of Steel?
Recently, like within like the last month.
Did any part of you I really liked it. I still like it.
Yeah.
But any time you think the pacing's kind of weird and it's like rushed at times?
Sometimes, but it's one of those things as well where it's like I feel like Zach there's a lot going on in the movie, right? Yeah. You have the Krypton scene in the beginning. You have all the flashbacks of him as a kid. You're trying to establish an origin for Superman, which when's the last time you've ever heard that? You know,
Smallville.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And that was 10 seasons.
Yeah, I never actually watched it.
Neither did I.
I've only seen a couple scenes, and like that one scene where he's racing the Flash.
Yeah,
it's like a weird slow motion. Like, are they going to have sex? Or are they going to what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are times when it's awkwardly paced, but I mean that's also I always think back to that as well and go, how much did the studio fuck with it after knowing how much Warner Brothers fucks with everything now?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love that film. I think I never liked Superman until that film.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. That movie made me like Superman because it made him human.
It did, and also Henry. My God.
Oh my, yeah. And like that's the other thing is like, how do you have an actor like Henry Cavill and you're not like, yes, man of tomorrow, man of the future, man of like.
He's the man I wish I was with.
Yeah.
Now I just got this guy over here.
That fucking guy. Yeah, no, yeah. So I think it's gonna be interesting seeing what Zaslav actually does, because like I said, he's looking for someone to take over DC and kind of make it have a vision sort of thing. Which
I got it.
If you say James Gunn, I'm fucking ending this stream right
now.
I
wasn't gonna say James Gunn. God. Why? Why do you think I was gonna say James Gunn?
Because you fucking love James Gunn.
I don't like James Gunn. I like James Gunn. I was going to say Jon Favreau.
I'm not against it.
He saved Marvel. He saved, and in a way, saved Star Wars.
Yeah.
he's kind of the.
Because I'm also thinking of not Jon Favreau as recent Marvel. I'm thinking Jon Favreau as original Iron Man, Jon Favreau, and like, yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Dude, he did The Mandalorian. I'm pretty sure he also did Boba Fett.
Yeah,
like he's the one who has his fingers and all that stuff. Like
I'd be okay with that. I mean, right now the big like the one that I've been hearing a lot of is people have been saying Deborah Snyder, people have been saying Jim Lee, who's a comic book writer and artist for DC, but there's also a lot of things of people being like, get this fucking away from those people because of Jeff Johns and how much he's fucked up everything.
Yeah.
But Deborah Snyder and then Christopher Nolan is another big one.
Nolan's kind of I've come to learn is he's kind of like a polarizing figure with like moviegoers.
So did you know? Here's a fun one. Kind of start wrapping up right now, but here's a fun one. Did you know that Zack Snyder never watched the Justice League? He never watched the 2016 version. So once they said like you can make your version, he wanted to see the 2016 version.
Yeah.
And Deborah and Christopher Nolan told him not to because they had heard bad things about it. So they went to go watch it together. They went and watched it. They came back and they told Zack to never watch that movie.
That's funny.
Like they were like they basically were like pleading with him, like, do not ever watch that movie because you will fucking hate what he did, like that sort of thing. And it's one of those things where I'm sitting there like, that's
Well, I mean, Snyder really is Snyder because of Nolan. Because then there's a lot of people that are like anything that Nolan doesn't have his hands in isn't great. As far as like,
it's very weird.
It's not my opinion. I've heard it.
Oh yeah, no, it's very weird the hate that they get. Both of them get really.
I have a buddy who hates him because he's of his political views, and Batman that he pushed through, and I'm like, shut up. He won't watch Interstellar.
No, it's that one. All right, yeah, you told me about that before.
Yeah,
that's fucking ridiculous.
One of my really good friends won't watch Interstellar. One of
the best movies,
top 5 space movies ever made.
Yeah, I'd put
sci-fis.
I'd put it in my top 5.
Yeah, like it could be, if you go on any streaming service, like that movie. If that movie's on the streaming service, it's in the top 20. Like if you go on Paramount right now, that's like the top movie still.
That's wild.
Not Paramount or Peacock, one of those. It's like the top stream movie, which is just bananas.
That's crazy.
The movie, yeah.
Jesus.
Well, that was episode 116.
116
of the fucking title.
Yeah, look at you getting the outro down now. I'm loving it. All right, let's see here. So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna do are we gonna do unpopular opinion? Are we gonna do just what are we ending here with?
What's your unpopular opinion this week?
I'm gonna go unpopular opinion. I tweeted about it a little bit earlier this week. I'm gonna go gaming related.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, mine's too. So go for it.
Oh, love it. All right. So mine's gonna be Apex based, and it's gonna be that Kings Canyon isn't the worst ranked map. Every map is the worst ranked map. You have to adapt the way you play. Shut the fuck up. Adapt to the map. Adapt your play style, and just play the fucking game. If you don't like playing on that map, then don't fucking play ranked. That's my unpopular opinion for the week.
Mine is that I love games and I love gaming. Hate gaming culture.
Ooh, okay.
So like I'm going to PAX East this week. Shout out to PAX East. Going, never been, first time. But I'm like I don't know. I'm excited, but I'm also like I don't know. I hate nerds.
I mean that's fair.
So we're gonna see what happens.
All right. That's interesting.
I'm a nerd. She's a nerd. He's a nerd. We're all nerds. Yeah.
Yeah. Deep down inside, we're all nerds, right? To an extent.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Let us know what your guys' unpopular opinion for the week is. Do you guys are you guys all excited for the Batman Do you guys like Halo? Do you think that me and DeNutte should make out one time? Let us know down in the comments down below. And as always, depending on where you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, still trouble, stay safe, and we'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.